Hi everyone, here we've got card of the day today, and for card of the day we are usually here in Tahu's shop here in the Creative Spirit Centre in Minchinbury. And here's Tahu. Hey Tahu.
Hey everybody, and thank you for joining us this afternoon on this chilly Wednesday. Sorry, as I just take a sip of my caramel latte, which I got here.
Yes, because we have a great cafe here.
Yum, it's my favourite. Alrighty, so for today we'll be using Lynn Bell's cards, which are the inner self guidance cards. Now these can be used across the board, and that's so you don't have to be an expert or intermediate. It's really for anybody. So for anyone who isn't familiar with cards, all you have to do is actually I'll go through how you use them, but I'll just give you some insight into them. So basically, they're like daily affirmation cards, and so really all you do. So let's move my coffee to the side. So we'll just grab our little glass bowl here, and all you do now. The good thing about these cards is you don't need to do a clearing the same way that you do with tarot or oracle cards or anything of the nature. These only need to be cleared once every so often, really, if at all, and that. So all you need to do is simply just either left or right, put your hand in and go for gold. So really you just mix them up. There's no process, no rigid anything to using these cards. So what we want to do is we want to grab about 7 of them. So I've got 4 at the moment. So I'll just grab another 3, so you can just mix them around. Alright, got my 3 cards. Let's put that down there. Alrighty. And so really all you do is you just lay them out on the table. So the first card we have is Transformation. The second card we have is Right. Third card is Choose to Change. Fourth card we have is Service. Okay, fifth card is Follow Your Passion. This is very telling already. Alrighty, Play, which is very good, so I'll just move these up. Play, Detachment, and our final card is Accept and Re-choose. And that, alrighty, so whenever you get the card that says Accept and Re-choose, you just put your hand in and grab one last card. Or one last message, really. Alrighty, and it is be supportive. So everything that's come out of our little fishbowl here, and that, to me, these messages have been reoccurring throughout our live feeds, and that, which is all about really just going with the flow, and that, being more accepting of our own selves, and that our warts and all, so to speak, and really not applying too much pressure to ourselves, and I mean personal pressure, or not doing the whole self-persecution thing, and that especially when we feel that our lives aren't going the way we think they should be in our mind, and also not buying into other people's criticisms of us, especially in terms of how they feel we should be living our lives, or how they feel we should be really conducting ourselves, and that. So really what I feel is the message there is really about, speaking your own truth and also living by your own code. And as again, not really buying into too much of the criticisms of others. Now, it's always really important and beneficial to all of us that we take on the wisdom that other people have to share with us. That's never a bad thing. But what we want to be cautious about is really mistaking criticisms, or mistaking, a dig, really, for wisdom. And that because sometimes even our loved ones or those closest to us, they can have all the best intentions, but sometimes their advice and guidance can be coming from a self-serving point of view. And that so what I'm getting at is they can either work with us or against us, and sometimes they're completely oblivious to this, and sometimes it's out of their own fear of seeing us succeed or seeing us fail, and that. So really, the overarching message here is, as again, you know, walking your own truth and that, not apologising for it, but also ensuring that you always act with integrity and honesty. And another message coming through here, which we see, is play, and that which I think is very important within the whole
It's
message.
right in the middle of the message, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's central.
And that, so that provides our foundation, you know, because you can't give of yourself if you're always serious and rigid, and that, you know, or very tightly wound. It's very, very hard to be charitable to ourselves and to others when we're operating that way, or when we're marred by our burdens and that. So we have to have an outlet in order to maintain our ability to give and our ability to keep striving for success and achieving success. And another important message here is detachment. Now, a lot of times we detach and we can feel that this is a self-preservation, which it is. It's a self-preservation technique. But more importantly, there's a difference between detaching from a situation in order to maintain your own personal wellness and isolating yourself. And oftentimes I find a lot of people that I read for mistake detachment or self-preservation for isolation. Now, isolation is very, very different. And there's nothing wrong with having your own personal space and having your own time away from the wide world, big wide world. However, there is a difference between that, doing that, and actually cutting off. And when we cut off that we actually cut ourselves off at the knees in terms of growth and in terms of our happiness. Because the more we isolate ourselves, the less chance we have of actually growing as people and developing, because whether we like it or not, we have to we have to participate in life. That means we're going to come across people that we don't agree with. We're going to come across people that don't like us. We're going to be confronted with situations that make us feel uncomfortable, that make us feel threatened, and that really challenge us at our core. But part of our challenge as human beings is not running away from the fight, but actually facing it head on and operating with integrity and with courage. And that, so again, there's a huge difference between doing that and actually isolating yourself. Because if you imagine an island in the ocean, you know, that's what we can tend to do. And it can be very lonely for us, you know, and the longer we're isolated, the more we can spiral downward and we actually inhibit our ability to grow. So overall, I feel the messages that came out today, they're very positive. And that, so none of them are to be taken, negative kind of way. They're all very positive, as all messages are that come from Spirit. And for anything like detachment or isolation, it's always a word of caution from Spirit to really, for us to really not do that. So so as I said, real straightforward cards to use. No real method to this madness, so to speak. Very user friendly.
And they're Aussie cards too. They're designed by Lynn Bell, who's on the north coast of Australia. Yep.
It's really cool to see our Aussie authors of cards, and seeing the talent that we have here in Australia. Now, these are available for purchase here at the Creative Spirit Centre. So as you're coming through the front door, they're available in Kath's shop at the front counter. And she also has the bowl there, which anyone can use. Just put your hand in and see what messages you get for the day. So before I wrap up, I'll just draw everybody's attention to our Fairy Day, which is on the 11th of September from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And that now, as I've stated throughout the live feeds, Fairy Day is a great, amazing, fun-filled day for the family, and goes to support our local charity Kids West, and really helping our youth within the community. And it's also a great chance for us here at the Creative Spirit Centre to connect with our audience and to get to know everybody, who comes to the centre, and also to meet those of you who've never been here before. And as always, I started prior to the live feed, I cleansed myself with the Kuan Yin spray, which we sell here, as well as the Aura spray. So for any further updates, you can visit us on our Creative Spirit Centre Facebook page or our CSC Angels page. And also, don't forget, we have a Wednesday night circle tonight, which is from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m, 9:30ish,
Ish.
depending. on that.
Depending on how the discussion goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that is $10, and that's the cost of entry. And so what's tonight's topic again?
I'm
Sorry,
hosting
Kathy?
tonight. We were going to have Marie Antoinette, but she's sick, so I'm hosting tonight, and I'm doing a talk about hidden history and touching on the subjects of Atlantis, Lemuria, and Mu. But it's as with any circle, it's an open discussion, and so we want everyone to bring along their ideas and their concepts on it. So,
Cool.
but everyone's welcome.
So yeah, and don't forget to visit our website, www.creativespiritcentre.com.au, and check out our website for all of our updates. And also don't forget to sign up to our mailing list, so you can always stay up to date with all the current goings on here at the centre. So with that being said, thank you very much everybody for joining us this afternoon, on this dreary, dank afternoon, and that. And have a great afternoon, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. And Deb's joined us, so hi, Deb.
Hey, Deb.
Hi, Deb. She's here checking us out.
Typical.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
Tahu. Bye.